over-unders and bets of the week.
Hey everyone, welcome back to PD's Picks, Week 5 edition. Last week, all that money you saw last week went poof. We went 0-3. And let's run down real quick what happened. Cowboys minus 5.5 at the Giants. Cowboys won. And they won by 5. The half-point hook kills us once again. Brandon Aubrey missed that field goal, which is usually automatic for him. It's one of the shorter ones for him, and he shanks it. So, a little skeptical on the sports books, but that's an L. Steelers at Colts. We had Steelers minus 1.5. As soon as I saw Anthony Richardson go down, and I see Joe Flacco trot on that field, I knew the game was over. Joe Flacco is an actual quarterback. Throws for 2 touchdowns, and they end up beating the Steelers. So, thanks Justin Fields and George Pickens for messing that one up for me. Mostly Fields, but yeah. And the last pick, we just lost outright. Bills plus 2.5. They got trounced on primetime football. Derrick Henry just ran over the Bills. So yeah, we go 0-3 for that week. Our record is 4-8. Not good. Not where we want to be. So let's turn it around right now. The first pick, I got Buccaneers plus 1.5 at the Falcons. Give me the Buccaneers plus the 1.5. So this game's in primetime. Thursday Night Football. We got Mayfield versus Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins can't play primetime. Kirk Cousins has not looked good. Right? We saw last game. He threw for 1 interception, no touchdowns. They still won because the defense is carrying them. But Mayfield looks like a top 7 quarterback, I'll say. He looks good. He's gelling with all his receivers. Todd Bowles looks, locked in. Running backs, we got Rachaad White on the Bucks versus Bijan maybe on the Falcons. Bijan's kind of banged up. He might not play this game. It might be Algier. So with that in mind, I could see it being a wash. If Bijan does play, to lean towards Bijan. But we will see. The wide receivers, right? We got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Cade Otton versus Drake London, Pitts, and Mooney. It's heavy lean towards the Bucks. Mike Evans is a 1,000-yard receiver every year. Every single year. He's a stud. Godwin would be a 1 on other teams. He is a great slot receiver, high receptions. London, I'm not impressed with. Right? He's had a couple flashes, but just not a fan of him. Pitts got a goose egg last week. When is a Pitts, love going to stop? Because he's not that good of a tight end. And Mooney, who Kirk Cousins likes, but it's just Darnell Mooney. Nothing to write home about. So heavy lean towards the Buccaneers. We got the coaches. Todd Bowles versus Raheem Morris. Both kind of defensive guys. Todd Bowles has looked good this past year. I think he's improved a lot. I give a slight lean toward Bowles here. He has the experience in the playoffs. He has more experience than Raheem. So just based on experience, you lean Bowles. Fun fact, the Falcons have failed to cover the spread in the last 7 games against the NFC. So, give me the Buccaneers plus 1.5 in primetime versus Kirk Cousins all day. I think they keep it hot, and the Falcons, they keep winning these games by this much. I think they get exploited this week. So, boys, what do you think?
Yeah. Yep. With the way the Bucs have been playing, they look great. Falcons have not. The Kirk Cousins-led offense with all these weapons, it seems to be a lot more hype than it was reality. Mayfield's playing out of his mind. He might be playing the best he's ever in his career. He looks really, really good.
Yeah, he does.
If Bijan plays, they win at running back. Bijan is one of the best running backs in the league. But he can't carry this team. And Kyle Pitts is not getting involved. Drake London is meh. You know what I mean? So yeah. Wide receivers have been fantastic on the Bucs. So it's sucks because like my heart's telling me the other way around, or at least a really close game. But what's been happening recently, it really should be the Bucs for no other reason, just because they look so good right now. So
they look complete.
Yeah.
They look like they're actually firing.
I think the Bucs are going to win. I think it's going to be a close game, like Jimmy said, but I think that Buck defense is stronger than people give it credit for. I know Atlanta's defense is good too, and they built upon it. But Baker has been playing out of his mind, especially with Godwin and Evans. Godwin in the slot again. He's been on fire. He's got that safety blanket of the committee running backs now. That he's got comfort with Irving. He's got the receiving with White. He's got Otten even there, who's sprinkling in a little stuff. I think Bucks are going to keep it. The Falcons are going to keep it a close game, but I think overall the Bucks are going to win.
Yep. Kev?
Oh, I personally agree with everything that you guys said. I think the Bucks are going to have a great game. I think Baker's going to throw for probably about 200 to 300 yards. I like Godwin. I like Evans. I think Evans is going to be a great in the red zone. I think they're just a really good overall great package of a team. And I think the Falcons they'll make it a run. They'll make a run, but I don't think it's going to be not going to be a blowout. But I think the Falcons are going to do well.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thanks. All right. The next game. This one, I've held off on picking the Vikings because they're my team. I don't want to jinx them. I will not hold off this weekend at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. We got the Jets. What was that?
I'll be sleeping.
Yeah, I know you will.
Oh, okay.
Jets at the Vikings in London. Vikings -2.5. Give me the Vikings all day, every day. I'm ready to jump on this bandwagon that I've been around for my whole life, but I'm ready. And if you told me this beginning of this year, I would think I was crazy. But quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers versus Sam Darnold. Who would ever think Sam Darnold is performing better than Aaron Rodgers right now? This guy, Sam Darnold, is better than Aaron Rodgers. I said it. I can't believe it, but I said it. So give me that Sam Darnold. Lean towards Sam Darnold. Running backs, Breece Hall. What the hell happened last game? Now you're facing the Vikings defense versus Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is having a resurgence, right? The Packers didn't want him, so now he's showing up for the Vikings. This one's tough because Breece Hall is the better running back, but based on that last game, I'll give a slight edge to Breece. Just a slight edge to Breece. Wide receivers, Garrett Wilson, Lazard, Mike Williams versus Justin Jefferson, Addison, and Naylor. Give me the Vikings here. I think Justin Jefferson's so much better than all of them. And Addison, I would argue, is better than Mike Williams and Lazard. And I don't think it's that close. Give me the Vikings there. The coaches, Salah versus Kevin O'Connell. Salah, he's on the hot seat, right? I think one more fight between him and Aaron Rodgers, something's going to give here. I don't know what it is, but they're just like an old married couple. It's just not a good look. I don't think the confidence is not there anymore. Kevin O'Connell should have been Coach of the Year 2 years ago when Brian Dable won it. He should have been, but he wasn't. Kevin O'Connell has made Sam Darnold borderline elite. And Brian Flores, as a little bonus, is going to tear Aaron Rodgers apart with those bad knees. What are you doing, Aaron Rodgers, with those bad knees? I'm curious. Fun fact, the Jets have failed to cover against the spread 8 of the 9 last games against NFC opponents. So, to sit back and evaluate, I don't know why the Vikings are -2.5. I would think it would be closer to 6, personally, after the Jets got but beat by the Broncos. So, what do you boys think?
Once again, going down with Pete's ship.
Yep, come down with me.
Coming down with you. Well, okay, here's the thing. It's also in Minnesota. And they play.
Well, it's in England.
Oh, yeah. Damn it. I forgot about that. All right. So never mind that argument. If it was in Minnesota, this would be even more ridiculous.
Yeah.
But Darnold's playing better than Rodgers. I agree with you there. Breece Hall's a better running back, but Jones, I don't know what happened to Breece Hall last week. So as of right now, I agree with you there. But the issue with Breece Hall's going to have a bad game. The Vikings' run defense is ridiculous right now. So Breece Hall's going to have another bad game. Aaron Jones is going to have a better game.
Yeah,
Huh?
Go ahead.
I think receiver-wise, dude, I'm so far on the Vikings side of this receiver room.
Yeah.
Even if you call Mike Williams and Addison a push, JJ and Garrett Wilson are not on the same planet.
Yeah.
Dude, Garrett Wilson doesn't remember his own routes, and Justin Jefferson is good for whatever you want to name it. He can do it. He's arguably the best receiver in the. It's not even really an argument. He is the best receiver in the league. He's fantastic. Yeah. Naylor and Lazard. Lazard's washed up as hell. I think the only reason he's getting targets is because his buddy's the quarterback, really. Mm-hmm. So Naylor, you can call that a push. Whatever.
Yeah.
The coaching, you can't even. It's what O'Connell's done with this Vikings team is so impressive to me that I can't vote against. They're like okay. Last week I said the Bills were the team to beat until they get beat.
Yep.
They got beat. Now the Vikings are the team to beat. Like they really are. One of the Ravens, the Vikings. They're really good. They're playing really good. It's hard to sit here and go. It's hard because it's not a studly quarterback that you're like, you know what I mean? It's Sam freaking Darnold. So it's hard to get behind it, but it's working. So you kind of have to just do it. But no, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, I like the Vikings here. What was the spread again?
2.5.
I hope that half point doesn't get us. I'm knocking on wood right now, but I do think that it's going to be closer than we expect because that defense, I mean, both defenses are good. You have to look at it like that. Sauce Gardner's on one side, and you got the Minnesota defense upcoming now. I think it's going to be closer.
Sauce ain't covering JJ.
No, but
that's a hell of a matchup. Actually,
it's not. He's not going to cover him completely. But I mean, you still have him to worry about. And I think that after the last loss from the Jets, they're going to come back with a little bit of anger. So I think it's going to be closer than we expect. But I do think the Vikings are going to prevail with the way Sam Darnold's been playing, with the way the Vikings have been looking. You can't bet against them right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Yep. I actually want to watch, if I remember, I'm going to watch highlights of that matchup. See how good Sauce did against JJ, because that's fun. Kevy.
I too like the Vikings, but I think that I like Rodgers a little bit over than Darnold. Yes, I know that Darnold is having a great season. I really do. But I think Rodgers is going to bring the ship back up, have a great game. I do like the Vikings, though. Darnold's going to have a great game, too, don't get me wrong. But I like Rodgers a little bit better. I think Jones is going to have a fantastic game as a running back. Hall, I think he hit a bump in the road. He's going to get over that, and then he'll be back to the Hall that we saw last year. But I like Jones better. The running back, the wide receivers. I like Lazard. I think the problem is that every time that Lazard gets a pass from Rodgers, I think that he is not getting there to his route quick enough, and I think he's going to have a better matchup versus their defense. I do like Addison. I like JJ too on the Vikings, but I think that Addison's going to have a great game. JJ's going to have a great game too. Williams, I'm not super keen on like you guys are, just because I'm not a big Williams fan, but he probably will have a great game. But I'm still going Vikings though.
All right, cool. And my last pick, I got the Ravens -2.5 against the Bengals. Give me the Ravens, giving the points. Quarterbacks, we got Lamar Jackson versus Joe Burrow. This one's tough. You know me, I love Joe Burrow, but I think Lamar's is having a better year so far overall. Slight lean towards Lamar. Running backs, not even close. Derrick Henry is so much better than Zach Moss or Chase Brown. And we've seen the Bengals defense. It's Swiss cheese. B-Rob had a field day against them last week. I expect Henry to do the same thing he did last game. Just run the ball. Lamar, don't do anything. Just sit back, relax, chill. Derrick Henry is going to have a field day. The heaviest lean I've ever seen towards the running backs of the Ravens. Wide receivers, we have Zay Flowers, Bateman, and Mark Andrews versus Chase, Higgins, and Yoshivas. So this one is definitely leaning towards the Bengals. I think Chase and Higgins are better than, I think everyone on the opposite side. But I just think Joe Burrow is going to be trying to catch up from behind. So I think he's going to be slinging that ball and might make a few mistakes. So lean towards the Bengals here. I'm good with that. The coaches, again, we have John Harbaugh versus Zach Taylor. John Harbaugh, without question, is a better coach here. Don't overthink it. He's a better coach, and it's a lean towards Harbaugh. Fun fact, the Bengals have failed to cover the spread their last 7 out of 8 games against AFC North opponents. So I'm a believer in the Ravens now. They shut Josh Allen up, and I expect them to do the same thing with the lesser Joe Burrow. Fellas?
Yeah, I'm literally with you the whole way this week. Ravens played so fantastic against a better team than the Bengals. They shut them down. Lamar he's not even needing to pass the ball. He's just
need to play.
Running and giving it to Derrick and letting him go, or dunking to Hill or whatever. So yeah, Lamar wins that. I think the Bengals have better receivers, so they might get a little more error. Yeah. They're gonna score more than 10 points, I think. But I think the Ravens defense still holds out. The running backs will not do anything this game against the Ravens. So it's going to be all air yards. Chase and Higgins should have big-time games. I think we'll see how it goes, but I think it doesn't matter. I think the Ravens just have this lockdown. Derrick Henry is a significant... He might be he's top 5. Like,
he might be RB1 this week
good.
Against the Cincinnati Bengals.
He might be, man. His age makes me want to puke how good he is still.
Yep.
Like I said, the Bengals have the better receivers, but I don't know that it's gonna matter because the Ravens don't use their receivers. So
they don't need to.
They don't need to. I love Harbaugh. I really do, which pains me to say, but no, I'm with you. Ravens win this.
I'm actually not with you, Pete, this time. I'm sorry, buddy.
Anybody?
I think
Eric.
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Okay. What I was saying was I'm actually not here with you this time. I think the Bengals are going to take it instead. I know it was choppy for a second, but I'm back, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think the Bengals have a chip on their shoulder from last week. They're desperate to win. They need to win. They're at home. Burrow at home against the Ravens has been good. I think you're going with one passing attack offense and one rushing attack offense, and they're going to clash, but I think the Bengals are going to take it this time, and they're going to probably cover the spread.
Respectable, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Kevy.
I'm gonna make mine real fast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Ravens all the way. I think they got a fantastic team. I like Lamar better than Burrow. I think Henry's just a beast. King Henry all the way. Flowers is Flowers. And I like Harbaugh over the Taylor in the coaching department.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So those are my picks. If you faded me last week, congratulations. So either way, I'm helping you. So let's try to win. I lost all that money. It's going to come back, though. It'll be back. So, yeah, lock those picks in, baby.
Thanks for watching the Banter Blitz Podcast. Tune in next week for more nonsense.